There's a growing problem in America: physical inactivity. In fact, according to the CDC, approximately 25% of U.S. adults are not active at all. Physical inactivity can contribute to serious health conditions like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and obesity. It also comes at a price. Inadequate levels of physical activity are associated with $117 billion in annual healthcare costs. And there's a ripple effect: declining mental health, 1 in 4 young adults too heavy to serve in the military, many children not taking part in youth sports, and numbers that continue to look more grim by the year. With a crisis on our hands, barriers need to be broken. And that's why over 65 executives and owners from gyms, studios, and supplier partners who are leaders in preventative healthcare traveled to Washington, D.C. for the IHRSA Fly-In and Advocacy Summit to tell the Hill it's time to pass PHIT and bring awareness to other industry issues.
About arriving on the scene and getting in front of lawmakers and talking about who we are as an industry and what we do. So we learned a really hard lesson in COVID when we were not at the table, we were on the menu. And so what we have said is we need to be in front of these lawmakers consistently, not necessarily when there's a fire and when you're asking for something, but to get to know them and to get to create relationships.
It felt really important as one of the larger boutique fitness companies in this country to get really involved and active so that the next time we face a crisis, we're not starting from square one.
I just think it's so important that we are really spreading the word that fitness is important, it's essential, it's a part, the mental health alone.
It's just important to have a relationship with your senators and representatives, 1, and then 2, to talk to them about your industry and what's important to your industry and advocate for that.
The Personal Health Investment Today Act would allow Americans to use pre-tax dollars, flexible spending accounts, and health savings accounts to pay for health club memberships, fitness equipment, exercise videos, and youth sports leagues. The move would combat issues like chronic disease and obesity.
We believe that health and well-being and all kinds of physical activity is the best thing for everybody across the country.
Accessibility to youth sports.
Physical literacy is the ability to be confident and competent with movement throughout the course of a lifetime. And if we do not build physical literacy at a young age in kids, we're going to have physically illiterate adults. And just like numeracy and literacy in an academic sense is critically important for success in life, physical literacy is critical for making sure you stay healthy throughout the lifespan.
And military readiness.
The Army, because they were unable to meet their recruiting goals this year by literally tens of thousands of people, have had to change some of their standards. They've had to initiate something called a pre-soldier prep course. So these are individuals who have said that they want to serve in the military but can't yet meet the standard, either because they're too overweight or too underfit, and there can be some other reasons as well. And the reality is, right now we're providing the military with lemons and asking them to make lemonade from it. And that's just not a fair proposition.
So important that IHRSA here and the members, IHRSA members are here, basically letting know members of Congress how important it is to make sure people have access to physical clubs, sports clubs, gyms, fields, and so forth. And that's why this sort of benefit through the HSA and the FSA is going to be so important with the PHIT Act, making sure that people can use that money to help their children be a part of these clubs. That can mean so much, like you heard inside, not just physically, but mentally. As we come out of COVID, we've seen basically some of the issues that are affecting our future generations.
Before heading to Capitol Hill, IHRSA provided an advocacy summit to ensure everyone felt prepared.
We understand that people running clubs and gyms have a day job. Their job isn't to come up here and to lobby members of Congress and to be experts on all things policy that we're pushing and all of our initiatives, but their job was to come up here and talk about what is it that they do in their communities, why health and fitness matters, why we are preventative health care, and that's a story that all of our members can tell in their sleep. So it was really about getting prepped on what is the backstory of what is the PHIT Act and why does it matter, and how does it impact mental health. So it's why we talked to the White House, we talked to IHRSA, we had the military in to talk about the military angle.
This isn't a Republican or a Democrat objective, right? This is we want the whole country to be in better shape.
The fitness industry obviously has an interest in fitness, and they're one of the few segments of society that really cares about the fitness of everyone. And we're interested not only in our youth that want to join the Army, but also the people in the military and then the retirees once they leave the military. So a community that's interested in the fitness of all of us is of interest to us.
Exercise really is medicine. I mean, Jim really coined that phrase, and truer words couldn't be spoken. It's the best thing you can do for your physical health. It's also the best thing you can do for your mental health.
And once the day of preparation wrapped, time to take the message to the Capitol. Over the course of one day, over 100 meetings were held with elected officials from around the country.
It was fantastic. I think being able to speak to representatives, especially representatives from the state of California that impact how I operate and, you know, how I'm able to service my customers in my respective markets, it's huge.
I think what we're doing here today is incredibly important in terms of making certain they understand the impact that the fitness industry has.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we love that.
Absolutely amazing experience. It's my first time in D.C. and my first time with an experience like this. We've been able to work with other industry experts to go into Capitol Hill and have conversations with senators and congressmen and share the PHIT Act and how we can add value and work with our communities to just uplift and improve quality of life through fitness was just second to none.
It was incredible. I mean, I'm pretty new that we're an athlete mental health company, so it's just awesome to see how much the industry has evolved.
Out of our comfort zone, but almost immediately we felt like this is where we should be.
An awesome experience, grateful to be here. It was so interesting to see their perspectives on everything and hopefully make an impact and start to come back and repeat this process so we can keep this top of mind for them.
You're selling health and you're selling mental health and well-being. It was amazing, and it was a lot of great learning as well.
It was nice to be able to use our voice for something that we were passionate about, and then also being educated on something that we didn't know anything about. We've never experienced lobbying or being able to use our voice for the better, and IHRSA did an amazing job of educating us on the matter, and yeah, I feel really empowered. I'm excited for our industry.
The fitness industry, and IHRSA in particular, has made some real movement in the right direction to make change happen.
The momentum is building, but it's important the conversation doesn't end here.
So don't be intimidated by it, but don't also think that it's somebody else's job and that they're going to do that job for you. You need to advocate for yourself just like you would advocate for yourself in any relationship. And this is about a relationship that we're starting to have with people that make policies that influence our life and influence our business. Invite your mayor, invite your city councilman. They might even be members of your gym. The sky's the limit. You could be going to your congressman, your senators, your governor. But start small and don't be intimidated.
We need to get people active. We need to give easy access to people to be able to come to our clubs, to stay healthier. We need more people in our communities just to get off the couch and start moving.
Get out here and do it. It feels really intimidating. I was intimidated before I came out here, but it's so much fun and people love to hear the message that we have to spread.
This is something that we're going to get over the finish line.
This is so exciting.
Yes!
You've just watched an All Things Fitness and Wellness special report on industry advocacy, hosted by Chrissy Van. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. We have new podcast episodes weekly featuring industry thought leaders and influencers. Plus, we're continuing our Gym and Wellness Haven tours, which feature inspiring founder stories. We're on a mission for everyone to live a life fit and well.